Our topic is oxygen dissociation curve. So we know that when we breathe in air, this air contains 20% of oxygen in the atmosphere, and this oxygen enters inside the lungs, and from lungs it enters into the alveoli where exchange of gases takes place, and from alveoli this oxygen enters into the arteries. The blood is carried by the arteries, and in the arteries hemoglobin is hemoglobin which carry the oxygen to the tissues, and in the tissues the diffusion of gases takes place because tissues contain carbon dioxide. So oxygen enters inside the tissues and carbon dioxide is released out of the tissue. Now this hemoglobin is carrying carbon dioxide, that means carbaminohemoglobin, and then this hemoglobin containing carbon dioxide, it flows into the veins. So this blood is called as venous blood, and this blood is brought to the lungs for oxygenation, and lungs contain carbon dioxide, so where the diffusion of carbon dioxide occurs and carbon dioxide is released out of the body. So here we have discussed the flow of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now see here, in the lungs, alveoli are there. So here we call it as the oxygen present in the lungs as PaO2, that means partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli. Next is in the arteries. In the arteries blood is present, and this blood contains the oxygen because it has brought the blood from the alveoli, from the lungs. So here we denote it as P small a O2, that means partial pressure of oxygen in the arteries. Now this arteries, they are carrying the hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is saturated with oxygen. So this blood is carried through the arteries. This blood oxygen is carried through the arteries. So here the hemoglobin is saturated with oxygen, so we call it as SaO2. S is for saturation of oxygen in the arteries. Next, here from this hemoglobin, this carry the oxygen to the tissues, then exchange of gases occurs, carbon dioxide is released out and it enters into the veins, and from veins it enters to the lungs, then it is carried to the exchange of gases occurs and carbon dioxide is breathed out. So this was a simple general process how the oxygen is transferring to the tissues and how the carbon dioxide comes out from the tissues. Now next we discuss is the oxygen dissociation curve. We know that, so here for oxygen dissociation curve we plot a graph between the saturation of hemoglobin and the partial pressure of oxygen in the atrial blood. So we denote it as SaO2 and PaO2, that is partial pressure of oxygen in the arteries and saturation of oxygen in the arteries. Hemoglobin is saturated in the arteries. So here we can see that when the carbon dioxide, at the time when the tissues, oxygen leaves the blood, when at tissues, when the hemoglobin, when the blood is brought towards the tissue, then oxygen leaves the blood and it enters into the cells. So this is what dissociation of oxygen. Here this portion is shown by dissociation of oxygen because over here oxygen is leaving the blood, it is entering into the, oxygen is entering into the tissues and it is leaving the hemoglobin. Okay, so when oxygen enters inside the lungs, where with the highest peak is shown by the lungs, so in the lungs what will happen? Hemoglobin is richly supplied with oxygen. So over here saturation of oxygen in the hemoglobin is maximum, and partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli is also maximum. In lungs, partial pressure of oxygen in the alveoli is maximum, and over here only the hemoglobin is saturated with oxygen and that saturation is maximum. But at this point, okay, this level where the saturation is less. Saturation is less. So here this is the minimum and this is the maximum. So at minimum level, what will happen at saturation, this tissue level, here the tissue is receiving the oxygen and oxygen leaves the blood. So here oxygen is leaving the blood, that means oxygen is dissociating from the hemoglobin and it enters the cell. So we call it as oxygen dissociation. Next we talk about the left shift and the right shift. Okay, so now here first of all we talk about the right shift. Shift towards the right. Right here means when we plot this graph, we look over here that this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. When this graph is shifted towards the right, that means oxygen is released to the tissues. Okay, shift towards right means oxygen is released to the tissues because partial pressure of oxygen in the arteries is increases and saturation of oxygen in the alveoli decreases, because in the arteries saturation of oxygen in the arteries is decreasing because it is supplying the oxygen to the tissues, and oxygen concentration on the hemoglobin is decreasing due to dissociation of the oxygen from the hemoglobin. As a result, what will happen? Temperature increases and the hydrogen ion concentration increases. Okay, so this was, as a result, what will happen? This region, the saturation decreases. Saturation is decreasing due to the release of oxygen to the tissues. And when we talk about the left shift, that means this one. Left shift means what? Increases in the xy axis. This xy, this is the y axis. There is increase in the y axis because oxygen concentration increases, because this takes place in the alveolar region. And over here, more oxygen is attached with the hemoglobin as a temperature decreases and hydrogen ion concentration decreases. Okay, so this is the shift towards left, and shift towards right. Right means oxygen is released to the tissues, and shift towards left here means when concentration of oxygen is increased in the hemoglobin.